Ahead of an important holiday, Myanmar's military warned people not to come out to protest on Saturday or they would be shot, in the back, or in the head. But turn out they did, and they were met with brutal force, with at least dozens killed, and perhaps more than 100, in what was one of the worst days of violence in the country since the February 1 military coup. Many of Saturday's victims were bystanders not taking part in the demonstrations. Among those shot and killed were a 5-year-old boy, 2 13-year-old boys and a 14-year-old girl. A baby girl in Yangon, Myanmar's largest city, was struck in the eye with a rubber bullet, although her parents said she was expected to live. Since the nationwide street demonstrations against the coup began, the military has killed more than 300 of its citizens and imprisoned thousands more. Today is a day of shame for the armed forces, Dr. Sasa, a spokesman for a group of elected officials who say they represent Myanmar's government, said in a statement. The killings also drew worldwide condemnation, including from the United States, Britain and the European Union. The deadly violence on Saturday took place on Armed Forces Day, a holiday honoring the Tatmadaw, as the military is known. At a military parade on Saturday in Naypyidaw, the capital, the general who led the overthrow of Myanmar's civilian government last month said the army was determined to protect people from all danger. Senior General Min Aung Hlaing promised to pave the way for democracy, despite having rejected the results of the country's November 8 election and arrested many of those who were elected to parliament that day. He reiterated a pledge to hold new elections, but offered no timetable. Among more than 3,000 people who have been detained by the military since the coup are the ousted civilian leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, and the president, Win Myint. Their party, the National League for Democracy, won by a landslide in November. In his speech to the assembled troops, which was broadcast on national television, General Min Aung Hlaing noted that the Tatmadaw was founded by General Aung San, a national hero. He did not mention that the general was Ms. Aung San Suu Kyi's father. The Armed Forces Day ceremony, a highlight of the year for the Tatmadaw, is usually attended by a slew of foreign diplomats. This year there were fewer, representing China and several other neighboring countries. Also present was Russia's Deputy Defense Minister, Alexander Fomin, who was singled out for praise by General Min Aung Hlaing. On Friday, the general gave Mr. Fomin a medal and a ceremonial sword. Russia has been an important supplier of weapons to the Myanmar military, and as a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council it can be counted on, along with China, to block any attempt by the international body to impose sanctions on Myanmar.